Yeah.
My mom will tell me to throw on a wig if I have a job interview or something. I'm going, maybe you should put on a wig.
Yeah.
And once people, you get in there, you can start wearing your hair natural.
Yeah, I've heard that before too.
I'm not going to throw on a wig one day and come out. Like,
Wait a minute, she's an imposter. She tricked us.
Because they can't recognize who I was, right? But, yeah.
And that's our job, to empower the people after us to be okay with being natural.
Right.
So that's what you do. So you want everybody to feel comfortable with that.
Ms. Cole, did you have a question? Ms. Cole? I mean, did you have a statement that you wanted to say?
This is a protective style.
Yeah.
My hair is underneath and it's natural.
I thought you just straightened it.
No, I found a natural wig that I bought last year, and just because I love my natural hair so much, I didn't want to wear it. I didn't like wearing it. I didn't feel comfortable. And then one day when I went to the I found a great stylist to start getting my natural thing healthy. We were trying to figure out what to do to protect it. And I said, well, I have this wig at home. I'll try that. And she said, that's a great idea. So she braids it underneath and I wear it. And when I have an occasion to go to, I wear my natural hair. But I decided to wear it today because I didn't have time.
I just thought you pressed it out. I thought you pressed it out.
Oh yeah, that brings up a question that I would love to ask the group. I feel like I've heard that come up a lot over the weekend this time and last time too, where I don't want to say that people wearing protective styles seem like they're putting themselves on the defensive.
Yeah,
that,
I was going to say
that sounds like a negative, more negative than I intend to mean. But if we could take like 30% away negativity from the word defensive, maybe, like I feel like the people who are wearing protective styles are feeling like they have to explain why.
Yeah.
And is that, do you feel like that's just in the context of Fro Fashion Week and in natural hair events that you're at? Or do you feel like that's, how often do you feel like you need to explain what you did with your hair that day?
I'll start with that one. Because I decided to straighten my hair, actually.
And I commented on it the minute I saw you.
And Jessica was like, she didn't even notice that it was me. I was sitting outside waiting.
I didn't recognize you.
I'm on her. She's like, she came oh my God, you can't be straight. Because it was even straighter than this on
she
Monday,
came to pick me up.
Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it was. And I was like, but it's like, it's like, even when I straighten my hair, it's like, I bought a little wig about a month ago. But even when I just straighten my hair, it's like, to the natural community, I feel as though I have to explain myself. Oh, yeah. But to other people, just like it doesn't, know the whole natural hair thing, it's like, oh, wow, you look so different with your hair straight. I like it like that. But to the natural hair community, I feel as though it's like, because like another person came and she's like, oh, I thought you were natural, and I'm like, yeah, I am natural. It's just, can't you see the roots? Like, I just pressed it out. It's old now, but I feel as though you kind of have to. Once again, it's not overcompensate, but it's like, okay, I am natural, and I feel as though a lot of people, the reason I purposely straightened my hair for Fro Fashion Week this time, because I feel as though I was being interviewed by one person in February, and like I didn't go natural to be stuck in a box. Mm-hmm. I didn't go natural to be stuck in a box. I went natural because I didn't want to be in a box. So if I want to straighten my hair today, bleach it tomorrow, and cut it off the next day, that's my prerogative. And I feel as though, like last week, I had got my hair dyed, and I was like, oh, did you use henna for that? And I'm like, no. I'm like,
I dyed my hair, I'll admit it.
In order for me to get the color I want, henna's not going to do it. And I'm not trying to wash out no sticks and rocks and all that. I don't. I don't have time. Like, if somebody else wants to do it, you can do it. But I do. I feel as though even, mine is a wig. Even if you just straighten your hair, it's like, I wanted to be able to show people, because I feel like people that wear their hair naturally straight, their hair is natural, they just like to wear it straight. They shouldn't have to be like, oh, well, I'm natural too, can y'all include me in the number? Like, if that's what you choose to wear your hair, it's your hair. It's about you feeling comfortable in your skin. So if you feel more comfortable, I'm good. If you're not using the chemicals, fine.
Right.
I don't, it's your prerogative, but yeah, I definitely feel as though you have to explain yourself.
Gotta be, you
gotta be extra, like, I'm natural too, don't overlook me.
At home, when I put my hair up in a bun or something, it kind of looks straight for a little bit, and God forbid I should go to the grocery store with my hair up in a bun and not be all Jessicurl every minute.
Right.
Like, what? I didn't recognize you. You don't have your hair. You don't. Like, yeah, I'm a normal person.
Right.
It's not every minute.
And you want to change. Like, it's natural to want to change.
Well, no, I don't ever straighten my hair on purpose.
I'm just saying, like, just
but-
burn it up in a ponytail.
Good
Or
God, you just
dye
need
it.
to run and get some half and half.
Right. Or if you wanted to dye it, you know, a lot of times you'll see like really cute girls and they'll have like the hot pink or, you know, something in their hair. It's really, you know, it's human nature to want variety. And I feel as though, especially if you're going natural, for the health of your hair, as long as your hair is healthy and you're maintaining it or with the stylist or whatever, just, you know, be happy in your journey because your journey is your journey, not anybody else's. Anybody want to add to that? Have any questions?
My biggest thing when I went natural, and this is probably going to sound shallow, is my family was real supportive and everything. Everyone was like, oh, you know, I like it. I want to try it. My thing was, are guys still want to try to talk to me?
That's a good point, though.
Well, I can say when I did my big chop, I had a boyfriend, and I didn't tell him that I was cutting my hair or I had thought about cutting my hair. I just did it, and I mean it was great because he like shaped me up and kept me fresh looking, you know. So I mean, definitely, it's a I think it's a sign of confidence when you can make that step, and I think a lot of guys don't. Majority of guys don't care for a lot of the falsehoods, so that you can be comfortable enough to be yourself. I think that really speaks for itself.
Yes. When I went natural, my husband was my biggest supporter. He was telling everybody. She went natural, trying to encourage his mom to go natural. My mom, he was like, you know, my friends, we would see him and he could tell, oh, she natural and da-da-da. He was one of my biggest supporters.
That's beautiful.
And he does not want me to perm my hair again.
Y'all have some good men. Because mine used to call me names every day. So and then it got longer and he liked it. So he liked playing with my twisters now. So.
I was gonna say mine too. I have a confession. When I first went natural, I didn't know about the whole natural hair community. And I was gonna wear my hair pressed straight, like just forever. And I would hide myself from my husband when I got like a little fro, because he would never see me like when I came out of the shower, put my wig or something on before. Then one day he caught me. He was like, "You should just wear your hair like that."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Really?" And you know, if your husband says it, and I was like, "Okay, I put everything." I was free.
I think we make it a lot more than what it really is.
Even we make it what you guys are talking about, like people say. I think we make that a little bit more.
We as women overcomplicate everything, especially with men. I mean, that's simple. It's like, okay, you know, I want to see the real you, because that's like what Lisa said. They don't want to see like, okay, take all the makeup off, take the wig, like, what do you really look like? Point blank. And if they can get with it, it's like, okay, you know,
If your man likes it.
right, then you're good. But what you'll find is a lot of times you might be the first person they've ever encountered that wears their hair like that. So you will be the first one to kind of introduce them to that. They might not know that they even like it until you might just be the one person that's like, you know, that does look good. I like that. I like it when you wear your hair like that. And then show them different hairstyles. Like, okay, you might do it in twist. You might do a twist out. You might do a wash and go. And you know, let him say, okay, I like that, or maybe, you know, to make them feel more involved. Because men like to feel like they're fixing something. You know, so yeah, they like to feel like they have an opinion. So just let them think that, you know, it's no offense to the guys. Just let them think, you know, they have an opinion about how you wear your hair. It's like, okay, babe, okay, maybe I like it like this. But a lot of times you're the first person that they might encounter with their natural hair. And then you can kind of show them different things, and it's like, all right, I do like that. Anybody else have any stories on dating the natural hair?
Well, I'll say this. My husband doesn't like it. Like, he does not, I mean, it's not that he hates it. He just doesn't care for it. He understands it, but he understands the damage that chemicals do to our hair. He understands the hours upon hours of getting braids, or even, you know, just some of the other things. So though it's not something that he really like, ooh, I love it. It's like, well, you know, let's just find something that works for you, and as long as you're happy, then I'm fine with it. So sometimes men are not that they're not supportive, but it's just not something that they would prefer. But once they understand what it is, because we are all still kind of understanding and coming into this as a whole ourselves. But I think once they understand it, then they'll go, oh, okay, well, you know, it's not what I'm used to seeing, but
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot. Like, yeah, you know, then it's like, okay, well, let's, you know, well, what else can you do with it? Or, you know,
Right.
what else,
What you might
what
like,
other
they
styles
might
can
like
you?
the variety.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, well, how you gonna wait head that?
Exactly. It doesn't always have to just be straight because you have a relaxer and
Right.
that's all you can do. You can't get your hair curly or anything like that. So, you know, you just have to find, you know, different styles, and that's what I do. I mean, I'm doing something to my hair, you know, every other month or so. So, and he's fine with that.
You better.
Comment back. I'm sorry.
I did. When I started transition, it was probably 10 years ago, before there was a real natural hair community, before it became really trendy. So, you know, I used to go to Dominicans and blow it out straight. My hair was down here. Everybody loved it super straight. And then once you start letting it grow natural, they're like, boy, your edges need to slick back. There's some gel up in your hair or something. So every time, after about 6 months, put the relaxer back in. But I think after a few years, finally I was done, and I worked in the nightclub scene, and I've been called everything from a wild Indian to Angela Davis to what's going on. There's a lot of humidity. Oh, this is before Jill Scott. You know, there's so much humidity out there. What's going on? So finally, I just sucked it up and was just like, you guys are gonna have to handle it. It is what it is. And now I'm about 6 years straight natural, and I stopped straightening it. I even said I wasn't gonna do my little Dominican blowouts, and there's too much heat damage. So I cut off the final blow-dried ends and said I'm just gonna go a whole year without doing it straight, not even a roller set, and you know, I'm not mad at it. I think I cut off a little bit more than I wanted. And you go through that stage where you find somebody with a pair of scissors and you're like, just cut it. I don't care. I don't know what to do, but I'm happy. And I had one person, an ex-boyfriend, tell me, you know, maybe natural hair just isn't for you. And I said, well, it's my hair and it's natural, so if it's not for me, then who else is it for? You know, and I think that was crazy. Well, I'm a product junkie. My hair has been through several stages. Thank you very much. But it took a long time even just to get to this period, and to cut off, you know, to finally say I'm cutting off those straight edges. They're kind of like your hold back. It's the extra weight. It makes you feel comfortable so that when you decide to go straight again, it's still going to give you that extra length. And you never want to get rid of it. So finally you just have to say, all right, I'm going to commit to this. This is what I want to do, and I'm going all the way. So it was a challenge.
I just want to say, I have like a little, my story's a little bit different. When I went natural, like I was already married, and then now I'm divorced, so that's fun. And, it is fun.
Okay.
What's funny is I started dating this guy who only saw me with twist outs for some reason. So, and he would like to like touch my hair, and that's fine, because, you know, scalp massage, hey. But what happened is, because we're vloggers, we have to do reviews. I reviewed a gel that will remain nameless. We're just going to say it made my hair very, very hard and flaky. And so we went out on this date, and he went to touch my hair, and his face was like, he was like, what did you do? Hurt feelings, right? And I was like, oh, it's this new gel. And he was like, I don't think you should use that. Right. He's from Nashville. Oh, you claim that. So anyway, it's funny because that was another, like, we never really talked about my hair because I've been natural for a while. I'm not asking you how you feel about my hair. And everything was fine until he encountered the hard wash and go, which it was a no-go. So I was shame enough to go wash my hair after that day. It's not no.
I don't think it. I hope that wasn't my product.
I love her.
I know it wasn't.
It's a bad abuse. It'll take a while for it to fix.
Oh, this was recent?
Yes.
Oh, this
ma'am.
is recent. I
What's
thought
even worse is I tweeted them in the beginning of the day, like, oh, my hair looks great. But that was before it dried. So then later on, she's like, how did you like it? Let's pretend I didn't get that tweet.
Oh yeah, you always gotta reserve your.
Yes, I was like, I will send you an email later.
Oh.
Well, that's good about products. I know, well, you know, Jess has her own products, but definitely when I first went natural, my first year, and I was in college, I was broke, and I was buying everything under the sun. How do you find that good mix? Like, this is what I use that I know each time I do my hair, it's gonna look good. Because that was my hardest thing to do. Has anybody even found it yet? By raise hand?
I have.
Okay, well that's out of a whole room. That's not only 3 people raised their hands. So what are y'all products? Okay, Monique.
I recommend finding someone with your hair type. I know we don't like hair type word, but it is important. And then follow them. That's what I did. I followed YouTubers and I did everything. If they used it and my hair was similar to theirs, then I would use it. And then, of course, being part of product junkie groups where we ask about things.
Right.
I just like to try different things just to see if they work. I do have staples that I keep in rotation because I know that they work, but I always try something else just to see if it works better, see if I can try something different with my hair. I don't want to just be tied down to just certain products. I just like to experiment with all kind of things.
I guess this may be, I have a kind of a science background. So what I was doing is I was like, I'll try something. I was like, oh, this is the bomb. And I tried something, oh, this is the bomb too. And I tried something, I was like, oh no. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to waste money. I want to know what is it that is making my hair, that my hair wants. And I looked and I was comparing ingredients and I was like, oh, these, okay, this, I got down to 3 things. I was like, okay, this is what I need. And so I just started buying things with that in it. If it don't have it in it, I'm probably not gonna buy it. And then that's when, and then that's when like samples come in. Okay, if it's a sample, I'm gonna try it. But so I did that, and so now I can still try new things. But if I want a certain look or if I want a certain feel, I just go back to what I know. Because I don't, you know, as long as they don't change the formula, it's still gonna work. So I know that I have that in reserve just in case something don't go quite right. I know how to like get back, you know. So that's what I did. Find out what works for me.
That's smart.
I started out with trial and error, and of course that just got expensive. I just had a bunch of products I didn't like, and then finding other naturals in my area, just swapping out products. I've had 4 bottles of Jessicurl Not Today, never paid for one because my friends hated it.
Right.
My hair loves it, so we would just swap out on the things that I don't, because I don't like to have like the graveyard of hair products either that I'm never going to use. So monthly, we gather it up and I ship off whatever to whoever, and they ship it off to me. And so then now I have things that I love and my staples, and they have things that I didn't work for me that worked for them. Instead of just throwing money, throwing it away.
What's your name?
Yolanda.
Everybody get with Yolanda so y'all can get on her product swap. Right? So whatever y'all like, y'all can swap it with her.
But it's better than to just waste something that somebody else could probably use. And then my friends know if they see someone tweet something about Jessicurl Not Today, they're like, oh wait, Yolanda loves it, and they'll tweet me and retweet me and get me the right one and switch it out. So that's helped me. And just checking reviews, not to say that everybody's word is golden, but just if 100 people are saying the same thing about the same product, then there has to be something to say about that. So just researching.
Along with that for the swaps, Miss Peach is back here. I stay up on all the new stuff, and you're getting like honest people, you know, that will tell you, okay, this may not work for my hair, but I think it might work for XYZ. And swaps are a great way. I think a lot of the meetups and things that we've been doing lately, at least in Houston, we've had a lot of product swaps because it is expensive. It does get expensive, and I have, I won't put a number on it. It takes up my whole dining room table, and then another cabinet, and it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But you know, that's for me the way I like to try, and you know, not everything I pay for. Some things I do get for free, some things I get for swap, but I think it's a great way to kind of try some things. And you know, at least on Kinky Peach's site, you have a bunch of people all across the states is like, okay, well, I got this, what you got? Well, I got this, well, what you got? Well, you know, how can we get it together? And it's not, I think it makes it a little bit easier for people to want to try different products. And sales, and like Derby City Naturals. They
It's
post
still
all
going
the-
on. I'm gonna tweet it.
No.
And
Y'all need to follow Shelly. When I tell you she be on it,
Yes.
on it.
Yes.
And she's adorable.
Yes.
And
I'm
funny.
poor, so and I have 2 children, and they make me poor her. So everybody needs a good sale.
Her reviews and her tweets.
Every sale.
She's on it. She's on it.
And she's funny too. So that
Yeah.
always helps.
That definitely helps. And then just in closing, because our next workshop starts at 2:45, but Jess, you as a product manufacturer, how do you decide what, because you have several different collections, like how do you decide what ingredients go into each of those collections based on who you?
For ingredients for individual products or products in a collection? Or both. I mean, for ingredients in general, it's more, I think we can all agree, it's more about what's not in the product than what is. I knew right out the gate what I didn't want. I don't want wax. I don't want silicone. I don't want parabens. I don't want petroleum. You know, I don't want sulfates. So that eliminates, you know, that's starting from a bunch of stuff that I just don't want as a curly haired person, and that tends to be what a lot of other curly haired people don't want. And then I want moisture. I want the BTMS.
BTMS.
Right? Which is Benadryl. I can't. Thank you. I can't pronounce it when I'm not reading it for some reason, even though I made up these formulas myself. It's a lot easier to just create the product than it is to pronounce the ingredients of that. But you know the ingredients that work for you. You want shea butter in those conditioners. For not everybody likes shea butter. So that's where some people wonder, like, how does it feel to have all this new competition? Whatever. It's called capitalism. I mean, that's competition. That's how the world works. Everybody's not going to like everything, and that's why I had to start a company, because I didn't like everything that existed. Not everybody's going to like what I create. That's cool. I'm not going to take it personally that you don't like combine coils all that much. You might like it better now, though.
I don't like combine coils all that much.
We're going to work on that this weekend. I'm going to help you with that. No, I mean, I think, sometimes it's just, you're going to have advice for people. But there it is. Everybody's different. So, but when it comes to products in the collections, for our products, like why I recommend like the Confidence collection for like tighter curl pattern is because its moisture is mostly what's in that collection. I know tighter curl patterns tend to be drier. We want that moisture in there. You don't want, so where our hair patterns are different, like I want what would be called shrinkage. Like I think of that as curl enhancement. I want my hair as tight up as possible. If I could get a spiral perm and make it bouncier without feeling like an imposter, I would. But I won't do that because I wouldn't be natural anymore. I would have a little perm. In a totally reverse order from what we're all talking about here, right? But I would love if my hair were tighter. I would love to be like a 3C, but I'm never gonna be. But Rock and Ringlets, my product that I never would try to encourage you to use, is curl enhancing. It makes it tighter. But that's not going to work for people who want elongation and are looking to avoid shrinkage. So I would never put that on my table when I come to Fro Fashion Week. If I were going to the 3A convention, which for whatever reason they don't have, I would totally put that all over the table. But then like Touche deep treatment hair cleansing cream and confident coils for some people are the products that work really well for the tighter curl pattern. And confident coils can be very curl defining without adding a lot of shrinkage. It can definitely flake. Is that the problem that you have?
It wasn't fabulous.
It just wasn't fabulous. Okay, that's cool.
But the deep conditioner works.
It didn't knock your socks off. That's cool.
The deep conditioner and the Touche are heaven. Heaven.
They're amazing. I don't even know. I'll just be honest. I do not know how I did it. Every day I'm like, how did I come up with this stuff? I don't get it. But those are really moisturizing. Nothing builds up. It's not gonna you're not gonna get it stuck in that cycle of the olden days where you're slathering down all kinds of crap into your hair that builds up. So then you need to use a super crazy shampoo to strip it all back out, and then you're like, oh, my hair's all puffy and frizzy. I better lay it all back down with some silicones and some waxes. Like, it just doesn't do that. And so that's where the decision making comes in for what products and what ingredients. But that's our whole sort of ingredients philosophy broken down.
All of you in your swag bag, you should have samples of Jessicurl's Confident collection. She's actually in our runway shopping arena. If any of you want to actually kind of go with her and talk with you about her hair and